In this video I'll show you how to use the OpenGate format in the BlackMagic app and unlock the full potential of your smartphone camera. This format allows you to capture an image from the entire sensor area, which will help you work more flexibly with the footage during editing. In this video you will learn how to set everything up correctly, how to work with it in editing, as well as several important nuances that may make this format unusable in your particular case. You are all familiar with the 16:9 video format. Right now you are watching a video with this aspect ratio, but you may not know that the sensor of your smartphone, as well as other cameras, has a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is closer to a square. But when we use the standard app to record video on a smartphone, the frame is cropped to the 16:9 aspect ratio and some information is lost. The OpenGate format allows us to shoot in a 4:3 aspect ratio and get an image from the entire sensor. What is this useful for? Practically for everything, whether you are filming events, filming nature, landscapes or other types of footage, this will be useful. But probably the best use case is vlogging, especially when you are filming yourself and can't precisely frame the shot. You might have a title horizon or left a little space here from the top of your head to the edge of the frame, and thanks to the extra information you can fix that later in editing. It is also useful if you are cutting vertical videos from a horizontal one for shorts, reels and TikTok, because it is most difficult to cut a vertical video from a 16:9 format. You end up with black bars on the top and bottom. You either have to blur them or zoom in, which doesn't always look good. That's why it's better to film footage that is ready for both horizontal and vertical editing right away, and OpenGate is exactly what allows you to do that. So let's start setting everything up. The first step is to set the OpenGate option in the BlackMagic app, and in this case we get the maximum resolution, which we cannot change. Step 2 is choosing the camera. I always recommend recording only with the main camera of your smartphone, because it is the best one on the device. And to shoot with it while still seeing yourself and all the settings, I suggest using a special monitor that allows you to transmit the image from the camera. There are different options for every taste and budget, or as an alternative, if you have a tablet or laptop, you can use it as a screen to display the image. The next step is setting up the shooting settings. Everything is simple here: shutter speed 120, ISO about 100 and white balance around 5100 kelvins. Of course, you can change these settings if you have different lighting conditions. I generally recommend watching this video where I explained in detail how to work with this setting in different shooting conditions. And now we move on to the most important settings that will help you shoot more versatile videos. On the main screen we select 16:9 parameters, and it becomes clear how the vertical frame is cropped inside the horizontal one. At the same time, the darkened areas are also recorded and the original file is saved in the 16:9 format, meaning horizontal. You can also adjust the transparency of this darkening to see the entire frame better. Now we need to sit in such a way that our shoulders and head are not cut off and there is some free space around. This means you need to sit farther away than when shooting only horizontal or only vertical video. Also note that when shooting in OpenGate, electronic stabilization disappears. The reason is that the part of the sensor that is not used when shooting in 16:9 is normally used for electronic stabilization. But when we use the entire sensor, that is 4:3, there are no free pixels left for electronic stabilization. Therefore, if you plan to shoot in OpenGate while moving and holding the phone in your hands, it is better to use the electronic stabilizer. And there is one more very important point that may make this format unusable for you. So usually when I want to demonstrate some filming features on a smartphone, I shoot on a smartphone. That makes sense. Many of my videos in which I talk about the BlackMagic app are recorded on my smartphone, the iPhone 13 Pro. And this time, when I wanted to talk about the OpenGate format, I also wanted to demonstrate it by recording on my smartphone. But the thing is that when I filmed the footage and transferred it to my computer, I discovered that the audio was out of sync. That is, it was delayed compared to the video. I tried to fix it somehow and synchronize it, but nothing good came out of it, so the recording was rejected. I don't know if this is an issue with my iPhone 13 Pro, with the app itself. I don't understand what the problem is, but I recommend that you test how this works on your own phone and with your version of BlackMagic. Now let's move on to editing. You can use absolutely any program or app, both on your phone and on your computer. This can be Capcut, VN, Movavica, DaVinci, Premiere and other apps and programs. It doesn't really matter, because the principle will be the same in any program. I will show you how this is done in Capcut. So I added a video in OpenGate format to the project. And first, let me show you that here I start speaking. But there is no sound. It starts only here. I can see this by the audio waveform. Accordingly, the audio track has shifted. I don't know what caused this, but there is some kind of problem with the sound. Nevertheless, I will now show you how to work with this format. So we click here on ratio and choose 16:9. This is our standard frame format and we will use it. Next, we stretch the video and can move myself or the speaker within the frame. We simply position the main object in the frame the way we want. Due to the fact that the footage was shot in 4K, we have some resolution headroom to work with. Then you can add graphics, work with color correction and sound, and save this video in the 16:9 format. Or, if you want to save it in the OpenGate format, change the aspect ratio to original. Also reset transform settings, and you can save it in that format. By the way, the YouTube player supports almost all screen orientation, including 4:3, which is the OpenGate format, so if you want, you can leave your video in this format, and this can be bring your video closer, for example, to the style of old school cameras, or for example, you can record tutorials, and in this case, more information will fit in the screen. Now we close this project and move on to creating a vertical video from the horizontal one. To do this, we click on the three dots and select Duplicate. And now we can rename this project and call it Vertical. And this project, for example, can be called Horizontal. I usually always do this so that we have two separate projects for working with the vertical and horizontal videos. We open Vertical, so the video is still horizontal, and now let's convert it. To do this, we go to Ratio and select 16:9 here. We click on our video and now we can stretch the video to fill the entire frame. By the way, by clicking here, you can make the player vertical for more convenient work. Of course, you can further zoom in on this video and if necessary move the image up, down, left or right. I would also like to show you one very useful editing tool, Special Layers for working with vertical content. This tool shows us where likes, comments, the music track, icon, logo, link, video title and so on are located in Shorts, Reels, TikTok and other vertical content. And this allows you to correctly place subtitles and the main object in the video so that they are not covered by the interface. We can also see where the link is located in Shorts, and you can use various arrows to show viewers where to tap to watch the full video, because not all viewers know that in Shorts you can go to the long video. With the help of these layers, you can show where it is. You can purchase this useful tool by following the link in the description. Also check out this very useful playlist about the BlackMagic app and discover all the possibilities of your phone for filming professional quality videos. As always, go for it and create. See you!